Hi guys, it's Ian at Global Air Supplies and with Pim from Aqua Master Tools, and I want to do a little video on liquids. Because we sell 4 liquids from Aqua Master Tools. We do a pH 4 calibration, a pH 7, an EC calibration liquid, and a storage solution. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand over to Pim and he's going to explain each one.
Well, first of all, these are a necessity for every user who has a pH pen. I mean, pH pens, you have to calibrate them at least every month, so you need to have these two in stock. You also need the KCl storage solution to extend the lifetime of your probe. As mentioned before, there's a KCl storage solution inside the probe, and if you would store it in another solution, you would contaminate the liquid inside the probe, so store it in the same liquid.
Yeah,
that's
so
for the pH as well.
So we're looking at the pH. So all your pens are 2-point calibration.
Yeah, for pH 2-point calibration, pH 4 and pH 7.
And the KCI fluid in the pH pens, you see the little glass bubble, or even the longer pens, you see the liquid in there. This is what is in the
extremely salt liquid.
Yeah,
so that's just it.
And if you store it in just water, it's going to dilute that inside the probe.
That's correct.
And you're going to start to ruin the probe and get dodgy.
Yeah, it will shorten the lifetime, and it will start to work slower and slower over time, and in the end it will just stand still at pH 7 and no longer work.
So always store the pH pens in KCI fluid.
That's correct.
EC?
EC, you can store them dry. You don't need to calibrate them that often, as long as you keep the probes clean, keep the probes free of rust or oxidation. As long as you do that, you don't really need to calibrate them. I always say just check them once in a while on EC 1.4 and you're fine.
So you don't need to store them in a calibration fish. Keep them clean, keep them dry, and make sure when you're using the EC 1.4 that you calibrate it with a 1.4, but you don't have to store it in the solution.
No, actually it will even affect the quality of the EC probe. If you store an EC probe in KCl storage solution, which is really salt, it will corrode the EC probe, so it's not beneficial for the EC probe on the longer term.
Okay, so question we get asked, your liquids are a little bit expensive. Why is that?
They're not expensive. Our liquids have a special certification. That's an NIST certificate. So that means that our liquids are tested in a meteoritic lab in Germany, where they do tests to check if the value is really correct. But they also check the expiration date. So if you store it for a longer while, will the liquid still be accurate? That's why our liquids have an expiration date and a lot code. So as you can see, there's an expiration date at the bottle. This means that our liquids can be used in the laboratory industry or any other industry.
Laboratory quality products.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And it says here, this has got a storage till 2026, so the storage, they will last a long time.
They will last a long time. After production, they have an expiration date of approximately 3 years. So that's quite a long time.
If you want laboratory quality testing liquids, these are the one you want to use. If you're using the KCI fluid with the pH pens, make sure that you store the probe in KCI liquid. You don't need to store the EC pen in there. If you do a 2-point calibration, you use a 4 and the 7, and the EC is 1.4. If somebody tries to calibrate at 2.7, what would happen?
Nothing will happen. You will have an error because it will be out of the calibration range. If our pens detect that it's 0.3 points off, it will give an error and it will not calibrate.
Okay,
2.77 is also a very special liquid. It's only produced by one brand. You cannot even calibrate your device on that liquid, only check the device. So
you can use it to check the device. Let's say you've got 2.7 in the room.
Yeah.
You can check your device with it. You can check Aqua Master Tools with that liquid.
Yeah.
But you cannot calibrate at 2.7.
That's correct.
You've got to use the calibration fluid 1.4 for the EC.
Yeah, because that's registered in our software.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Pim. Again, these liquids are lab quality liquids. If you want them, give us a call. Cheers, guys.